Success doesn't come to those who wait for it. It comes to those who work for it every single day. You can have all the talent, all the potential, but without the discipline to push yourself every day, none of it matters. Let me tell you something powerful. The distance between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. It's not about luck. It's not about chance. It's about relentless, daily action. If you've ever wondered how some people seem to reach their goals effortlessly, it's because they've made the decision to show up, no matter what. This video isn't about giving you some quick fix. It's about setting you on a path that requires dedication, grit, and a commitment to never giving up. Every single day, you have the opportunity to be one step closer to your goals or one step further away from them. The choice is yours. So, if you're ready to push yourself and start building the kind of success that lasts, stay tuned. This is the secret to becoming unstoppable. Let's dive in. Number 1, there are no secrets. Only the relentless repetition of hard work. Success is not a mystery. It is not a hidden formula locked away somewhere, waiting to be discovered, and it is certainly not something that happens by chance. The truth is, there are no secrets, no shortcuts, no magic tricks. There is only one thing that separates those who win from those who never get past the starting line. Relentless effort, repeated every single day. That's it. The ones who make it are the ones who show up, who do the work, who push forward no matter what. The ones who don't, they stop, they hesitate, they look for an easier way, and that's why they stay stuck. If you want to change your life, if you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must first understand this. There is no easy way. If success were easy, everybody would have it. If getting in shape were easy, no one would be struggling with their health. If making money were effortless, everyone would be wealthy, but that's not how it works. The people who succeed, the ones who truly make a difference, are not the ones who wait for motivation, who rely on luck, or who sit around hoping for the perfect opportunity. They are the ones who work relentlessly, consistently, and without excuses. You see, most people get excited in the beginning. They set goals, they make big plans, they tell themselves, this time, I'm going to do it. And for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, they put in the effort, but then what happens? They lose motivation. Life gets busy, the excitement fades, and before they even realize it, they slip back into their old habits. They tell themselves, I'll start again next week, or I'll do it when I have more time. But time keeps passing and nothing changes. The problem isn't that they don't want success. The problem is that they are waiting for it to feel easy. They are waiting for motivation to stay with them, for conditions to be perfect, for things to somehow fall into place without struggle. But that moment never comes, because success does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. It rewards those who put in the work, every single day, whether they feel like it or not. Think about the most successful people in the world. Athletes, business leaders, artists, innovators. They didn't wake up one morning and suddenly find themselves at the top. They didn't achieve greatness because they got lucky. They got there because they did the same things over and over again for years. They practiced. They trained. They studied. They worked on their craft even when nobody was watching, even when it was exhausting, even when it felt like nothing was happening. Most people don't see that part. They see the success, the fame, the results, but they don't see the thousands of hours of work that went into it. They don't see the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices. And because they don't see it, they convince themselves that successful people have something special, some kind of advantage. They tell themselves, I'm just not like them. I wasn't born with that kind of discipline. But that's not true. Nobody is born disciplined. Nobody is born hardworking. These are habits that are built over time through relentless repetition. It's just like going to the gym. The first few times it feels uncomfortable. Your body hurts. Your mind tells you to stop. But if you push through, if you keep showing up, day after day, something happens. It starts to feel natural. The workouts that once felt impossible become easier. Your body adapts. Your strength grows. And before you know it, what once felt like a struggle becomes second nature. Success works the same way. If you train yourself to take action daily, even when you don't feel like it, even when there's no immediate reward, you build discipline. And discipline is what creates unstoppable momentum. The more you do something, the less effort it takes to keep doing it. But if you stop, if you break the pattern, it gets harder to start again. That's why most people fail. They stop too soon. They give up before they've built the habit. And then they wonder why nothing changes. There is no secret to success. It is just effort repeated over and over again. And here's the truth. Most people won't do it. They won't stick with it. They won't push themselves beyond their comfort zone. And that's exactly why they never reach their full potential. But that doesn't have to be you. You have the power to change your life starting right now. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. The only thing you need to do is start. And once you start, you need to keep going. Push yourself when it's hard. Push yourself when you're tired. Push yourself when there's no one around to cheer you on, because those are the moments that define you. That's when you build the strength that others never will. Most people quit when things get difficult. They look for an excuse. They tell themselves it's just not working. But the ones who succeed, they keep going. They understand that results take time. They don't let setbacks break them. They don't let slow progress discourage them. They trust the process. They stay consistent. And because of that, they win. It doesn't matter where you are today. It doesn't matter how far you have to go. What matters is that you decide right now that you are willing to put in the work, not for a few days, not for a few weeks, but for as long as it takes. There are no secrets. There is no magic formula. There is only you, your effort, and your willingness to keep pushing forward every single day. If you commit to that, if you refuse to give up, if you show up and do the work, no matter what, there is nothing that can stop you. This is your moment. This is your time. Don't waste another day waiting for things to change. Push yourself, stay consistent, and watch how your life transforms. Because the ones who succeed are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who never stop showing up. Number 2, no one is coming to save you. It's all on you. There comes a moment in life when you have to wake up to reality. A moment when you must understand deep down that no one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to pull you out of your struggles, fix your problems, or hand you success on a silver platter. No one is going to do it for you. It's all on you. Most people spend their lives waiting. Waiting for someone to believe in them. Waiting for the right opportunity. Waiting for circumstances to improve. Waiting for a break. Waiting for motivation. But here's the truth. Waiting won't get you anywhere. No one is coming to push you. No one is coming to force you to take action. The people who succeed in life, the ones who change their circumstances, they don't wait for someone else to take responsibility. They take full control. They look at their lives and say, if it's going to happen, it's up to me. And that's a hard truth for many to accept. Because it's easier to blame others. It's easier to say, well, I didn't get the right education, or I wasn't born into a wealthy family, or no one ever taught me how to do this. It's easier to point fingers at society, at the economy, at the government, at family, at luck, but none of that changes the reality. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to fix your life. And as soon as you accept that, as soon as you truly understand that it's all in your hands, you become dangerous. Because once you take full responsibility, everything changes. You stop wasting time on excuses. You stop looking for a way out. You stop waiting for a way out. You stop waiting for a lucky break. Instead, you roll up your sleeves, you get to work, and you start figuring things out for yourself. There are 2 types of people in this world, those who take action and those who make excuses. The ones who take action, they don't always have the best resources. They don't always have the best circumstances. But they have something far more powerful. The mindset that says, I will make it happen no matter what. And because of that, they win. Meanwhile, the excuse makers stay stuck. They tell themselves, I can't do it because I don't have support. I don't know where to start. I don't have enough time. And while they're busy making excuses, someone else with the same challenges is out there making progress. You see, life is not fair. It never was, and it never will be. Some people are born with advantages. Some people have better starting points. But that does not determine the outcome. What determines the outcome is what you do with what you have. And history has proven this over and over again. The most successful people in the world, the ones who built something great, They didn't wait for someone to hand them an opportunity. They created their own. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They worked with what they had. They didn't sit around hoping that someone would come and help them. They helped themselves. So the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep waiting, keep hoping, keep blaming? Or are you going to take control? Because here's the reality. Every single day that you waste, waiting for someone to come along and change your life, is a day you will never get back. Every single day that you put things off, that you avoid taking action, that you sit around hoping for something to magically happen, is a day lost forever. And when you add those days up, they turn into weeks, then months, then years, then one day you wake up and realize that nothing has changed. And that is the worst feeling in the world. If you don't want to wake up years from now, filled with regret, you need to start today. You need to stop looking outside for solutions. You need to stop waiting for someone to tell you what to do. You need to decide right now that you are going to be the one who makes things happen. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to take time, but that's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The ones who succeed, they do what's hard. They push through discomfort. They put in the time, the effort, the work. They don't wait for things to get easier. They get stronger. And here's the best part. Once you stop waiting, once you take full responsibility for your life, you become unstoppable. Because now nothing can hold you back. No setback, no challenge, no failure can stop you. Why? Because you're not relying on anyone else. You're not waiting for approval. You're not depending on circumstances to be perfect. You are in control. And that is the most powerful position you can ever be in. So whatever it is that you've been putting off, whatever dream you've been waiting to chase, whatever change you know you need to make, it's time. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more hoping that someone will come and do it for you. This is your life, your responsibility, your moment. No one is coming to save you. But that's the best news ever, because it means you don't have to wait anymore. It means you can start right now. It means everything you want is within your reach, as long as you are willing to take action. So take action, because the only person who can change your life is you. Number 3, success is simple. Do what others won't every single day. Success is not complicated. It's not some big mystery, and it's not reserved for a chosen few. It's actually simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. The reason most people never reach success is not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack talent, not because they don't have the right opportunities. It's because they refuse to do what others won't. If you look at the people who achieve great things, the ones who rise to the top, you'll notice something. They aren't necessarily the smartest, the strongest, or the most talented, but they have something most people don't. The willingness to do the things that are uncomfortable. The willingness to do the things that are inconvenient. The willingness to do the things that most people avoid. That's the difference. Most people want success, but they don't want to pay the price for it. They want the rewards, but they don't want the sacrifice. They want the results, but they don't want the discipline. And that's why they stay stuck. Because they only do what's easy, what's comfortable, what feels good in the moment. But success doesn't come from comfort. Success comes from consistently doing the hard things, the things most people won't do. Think about this. How many people say they want to be fit, but they skip the gym because they're tired? How many people say they want to build a business, but they spend their free time watching TV instead of working? How many people say they want to improve their lives, but they aren't willing to wake up early, to learn new skills, to invest in themselves? That's why so many people stay exactly where they are, because wanting something is not enough. Everybody wants something, but very few are willing to do what it takes. The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is not talent. It's not luck. It's not intelligence. It's that the successful are willing to do the things that unsuccessful people avoid. They are willing to wake up early when others are sleeping. They are willing to work on their craft when others are watching TV. They are willing to say no to distractions, to comfort, to temporary pleasures, because they understand that success requires sacrifice. And here's the thing, this isn't about working harder for just one day. It's not about having motivation for a week. It's about what you do every single day, Because success is not built in a day. It's built in the small, daily choices that compound over time. The tiny decisions that seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they create massive results. When you look at a person who's successful, you're seeing the end result of years of daily discipline. You're seeing the end result of all the times they pushed through when they didn't feel like it. The end result of all the times they kept going when others quit. What you don't see are the sacrifices, the late nights, the early mornings, the hours of work that no one clapped for, the moments of doubt they had to push through. Most people look at success and think, wow, they got lucky. But luck had nothing to do with it. It was the relentless commitment to doing what others wouldn't. That's why only a few make it to the top, because most people would rather take the easy way out. Look around you. Look at the people in your life. How many of them are truly pushing themselves every single day? How many of them are waking up early, putting in extra effort, going the extra mile? Probably not many. And that's why there's so much mediocrity. That's why most people never reach their potential, because they only do what's required. They only do what's expected. They never go beyond that. But you can't expect extraordinary results if you're only willing to put in ordinary effort. You can't expect to be great if you're only doing what's convenient. If you want to rise above the crowd, you have to be willing to do what the crowd won't. You have to train when you're tired. You have to show up when you don't feel like it. You have to keep learning when others stop. You have to keep pushing when others quit. Because at the end of the day, success is not about what you do once in a while. It's about what you do consistently. And the best part, this is a choice. It's not about genetics. It's not about luck. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about choosing to do what others won't every single day. Choosing to push yourself, to hold yourself to a higher standard, to demand more from yourself than the average person does. And if you can do that, if you can make that commitment, you will separate yourself from 99% of people. Because most people will never make that choice. Most people will stay in their comfort zones. Most people will settle for less than they're capable of. But you don't have to be like most people. You don't have to live like everyone else. You can decide right now that you're going to be different, that you're going to put in the work, that you're going to do what others won't, so you can have what others can't. It won't be easy. It won't always be fun, but it will be worth it, because when you commit to doing what others won't, you guarantee that you will live a life that others never will. And that is the ultimate reward. Number 4, your greatest enemy is your own mind. Win that battle daily. Your greatest enemy is not the world around you. It's not the people who doubt you or the circumstances that seem to be holding you back. The real enemy is the voice in your head. The one that tells you to stop, to quit, to not even try. Is that voice that tries to convince you that you're not good enough, not capable enough, or that success is out of reach. If you let that voice control you, you're already defeated before you even begin. Every day we are faced with choices. Every day we wake up and face the battle that takes place in our minds. Some days the enemy inside our heads is louder than others. It might be that voice telling you that you're not strong enough to handle the work ahead, that you'll never be able to achieve the goals you've set for yourself, or that it's too late to start. It's a voice that whispers doubts and fears, planting seeds of insecurity that grow if you allow them. But the truth is, the only way to win in life is to win that battle in your own mind. What many don't realize is that your mind is not a passive observer in your life. It's an active participant, constantly shaping the way you see the world and the way you approach challenges. The thoughts you entertain in your mind will either lift you up or hold you back. If you let your mind run wild with negative thoughts and self-doubt, it will paralyze you. If you feed it positivity, determination, and resilience, it will empower you to push through anything. That's why it's so important to understand that the battle is real and the battlefield is in your own mind. Every day you have to be willing to fight. You can't just give in to the negative thoughts or the fears that pop up when things get tough. You've got to challenge those thoughts head on and replace them with beliefs that support your success. Now, I know it's easier said than done. When you're in the thick of it, When the obstacles seem overwhelming and the self-doubt is suffocating, it feels like there's no way to quiet that negative voice. But let me tell you, the key is not to try and eliminate the voice completely. It's to learn to overpower it with a stronger voice. It's about taking control of your thoughts and making them work for you instead of against you. One of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal is your ability to reframe your thoughts. Instead of thinking, I can't do this, think, I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm willing to keep going until I do. Instead of thinking, this is too hard, think, this is a challenge, and I'm going to grow through it. Your mind is like a muscle. The more you practice this, the stronger it becomes. The more you practice replacing negative thoughts with empowering ones, the easier it becomes to stay in control. Another important thing to remember is that you're not alone in this battle. Everyone has it. The most successful people in the world are not immune to self-doubt or fear. In fact, many of them experience it more intensely than others. But what sets them apart is not that they don't have these negative thoughts. It's that they've learned how to fight them. They've learned how to show up even when their mind tells them to stay down. They've learned that the battle in their head is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's a sign that they're pushing beyond their comfort zone, that they're stretching themselves, and that they're on the verge of growth. It's easy to look at someone who's successful and think that they have it easy, that they never doubt themselves, or that they don't face challenges. But the reality is, they're facing the same mental battles you are. They're just more skilled at winning them, and you can be too. It's not about avoiding the mental challenges. It's about learning to face them head on with confidence and determination. Here's something that's crucial to understand. The most successful people don't win every battle in their mind, but they win enough of them. They know that it's not about perfection, it's about persistence. They understand that the key to success is showing up day after day and continuing the fight even when it feels like you're losing. Success isn't about never doubting yourself. It's about knowing that the doubts don't have to control you. It's about understanding that doubts and fears are a natural part of the journey, but they don't define your path. Every time you face a negative thought or a moment of doubt, you have an opportunity to choose how you respond. Will you listen to the voice that says, you're not good enough? Or will you silence it with the voice that says, I am capable and I will keep going? Will you let fear stop you, or will you use it as fuel to push forward? The choice is yours, and it's made every single day with every thought you entertain. You are stronger than you think. Your mind is a powerful tool, but it can only work for you if you train it. It takes time and effort, but with every victory over the negative thoughts, you build your mental strength. You get more resilient, more focused, and more determined to keep going. The battle is real, but it's not impossible to win. In fact, you're already stronger than you realize. Every time you face a challenge, every time you push through despite the doubts, you're winning. Every time you rise above the fear and continue to take action, you're winning. And the more you win, the stronger you become. So, don't be afraid of the battle in your mind. Embrace it. Recognize it for what it is. A sign that you're pushing past your comfort zone, that you're moving towards something greater. And with every battle you win, you're one step closer to becoming the person you were meant to be. Success is not about avoiding doubt, fear, or setbacks. It's about overcoming them time and time again. The more you practice winning that battle, the closer you get to your goals, your dreams, and your potential. Keep fighting, keep showing up, and keep winning. Because your success is already in your hands. Now, it's just a matter of winning the battle that's happening in your mind. Number 5, if you want to be the best, you have to train like the best. If you want to be the best, you need to realize that greatness doesn't come from doing what's easy, what's comfortable, or what everyone else is doing. It doesn't come from following the same routine that's already been laid out for you. No, if you want to be the best, you've got to train like the best. And that means putting in the work, day in and day out, doing things that others aren't willing to do. That's where the real transformation happens. The best aren't born that way. They weren't born with some special talent that made them stand out. They didn't just wake up one day and decide to be great. They chose to work harder, to dig deeper, to push further than anyone else. And that's the key. You don't have to be born with extraordinary abilities to achieve extraordinary results. Think about the most successful people in the world. The athletes, the entrepreneurs, the performers, they didn't get to the top by sitting around waiting for things to happen. They got there by training relentlessly, by putting in hours and hours of work when nobody was watching. They spent countless hours perfecting their craft, pushing through pain, discomfort, and doubt, all while maintaining an unwavering commitment to their goals. What separates the best from everyone else is their willingness to put in that work. It's their commitment to doing what others won't. It's the long hours, the sweat, the sacrifice, and the struggle that everyone else avoids. The best don't shy away from challenges. They don't take shortcuts. They embrace the grind, knowing that it's the only path to true greatness. It's easy to look at someone who's made it and think that they had some kind of secret, some hidden advantage that you don't have. But the reality is that their success wasn't handed to them, they earned it. And you can too. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't talent. It's the commitment to put in the work, to train like the best. The training process, the hard work, the sweat, and the pain, this is where success is built. It's not about finding an easy way out. It's about digging in day after day and pushing yourself beyond what you thought was possible. The best don't just train when they feel like it. They don't just train when it's convenient. They train every single day with discipline and consistency. They show up even when they don't feel like it. They do the hard work even when it's uncomfortable. If you want to be the best, you have to make that commitment to yourself. You have to train like the best, not just in your physical abilities, but in your mindset as well. Training isn't just about lifting weights, running miles, or practicing skills. It's about conditioning your mind to handle the challenges that come with success. It's about building resilience, developing focus, and cultivating the mental toughness that will carry you through the hardest times. But here's the thing, the journey isn't easy. It's going to get tough. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the progress feels slow, and when the obstacles seem insurmountable. That's when most people quit. That's when most people stop trying. But not the best. The best keep going even when the going gets tough. They understand that the real breakthrough happens when you push through those tough moments. That's when the growth occurs. You've got to be willing to make sacrifices. The best don't have time to waste. They're not spending their days scrolling through social media or binge watching shows on TV. They're working, learning, growing, and improving. They prioritize their training over everything else because they know that's the only way to reach their goals. And it's not just about the physical effort, it's about the mental and emotional effort too. The best aren't just working on their bodies or their skills, they're working on their mindset. They're constantly asking themselves, what can I do to improve today? What can I do to push myself further? They're always looking for ways to be better, to do more, to reach new heights. The best don't settle for average. They don't settle for good enough. They know that true success requires constant growth, constant improvement, and constant effort. They don't let themselves get comfortable. They never stop pushing, never stop striving, never stop becoming better. But let's be clear about something. Training like the best doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean you'll always feel motivated or that everything will fall into place right away. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when it feels like everything is falling apart. But those are the moments that separate the best from everyone else. The best don't let failures define them. They learn from them. They rise up stronger, more determined, and more focused than ever before. So if you want to be the best, you have to train like the best. You've got to put in the work every single day, even when it's tough, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. You've got to be willing to sacrifice, to push through the discomfort, and to keep going when everyone else has given up. Because the truth is, success isn't reserved for the lucky or the talented. Success is earned. It's earned by those who are willing to work harder, to train longer, and to push past their limits. If you want to be the best, you've got to be willing to do what others won't. You've got to be willing to put in the work that no one else will. It's not going to be easy, but nothing worth having ever is. But if you commit to training like the best, day in and day out, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Success will be yours, not because you were born with it, but because you earned it. Keep training, keep pushing, and keep striving for greatness, and you will get there. There's no doubt about it. Keep going, because the best is yet to come. Number 6, push yourself until discipline becomes a habit. Discipline is the foundation of success. It's the difference between those who reach their goals and those who don't. But here's the catch. Discipline isn't something you're just born with. It's not a natural gift that only a select few people have. No, discipline is built, it's created, it's earned through consistent effort. You push yourself every single day, and over time, discipline becomes a habit. The moment you start making discipline a part of your routine, something incredible happens. You stop thinking about it. It's just who you are. It becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth or making your bed. You don't have to think about it anymore. But first, you have to push yourself to get to that point. At first, it won't be easy. Nothing that's worth having ever is. It's like trying to break a bad habit. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you keep pushing, you'll start to see the results. At the beginning, discipline feels like a heavy burden. It's like carrying a weight that you know you should be carrying, but it's still exhausting. You wake up in the morning and the first thing on your mind is the things you need to do. You think about your goals, your ambitions, and the tasks ahead, and it can feel overwhelming. It's hard, it's uncomfortable. You don't always feel like it, but if you keep pushing, if you keep making the right choices, little by little, you'll begin to notice a shift. That weight you've been carrying, it starts to feel a little lighter. This is where the magic happens. This is where discipline starts to shift from something you have to force yourself to do into something that comes naturally. It's no longer a struggle to do the right thing. It's no longer a fight to stay on track. It just happens. It becomes part of who you are, and that's when you know you've truly mastered discipline. But let's be real. There's no shortcut to this process. You can't cheat your way to discipline. You can't find a magic pill or a secret trick that's going to make it happen overnight. It takes time. It takes consistent action. You've got to keep showing up even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. You've got to push yourself on the days when it feels like the world is working against you. You've got to push yourself when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're doubtful. The key to developing discipline is pushing yourself through those tough moments. It's showing up even when it feels like the easiest option is to stay in bed, skip the workout, or put off the task. When you make the choice to push through those moments, you're strengthening your discipline, you're teaching your mind to stay focused on the end goal, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. But it's not just about pushing through the tough times. It's also about making the right choices when everything is going well. Discipline isn't only about forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. It's about doing the right thing, even when you don't have to. It's about creating the habit of doing what's necessary to succeed, even when it feels easy to take a shortcut. And here's the kicker. The more you push yourself to do the hard things, the easier it gets. The more you practice discipline, the more automatic it becomes. It becomes ingrained in you, part of your daily routine. It's like learning how to drive a car. At first, you have to think about every single movement. The gas pedal, the brakes, the steering wheel. But after a while, it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it anymore. The same goes for discipline. When you push yourself every day, it gets easier. The more you do it, the less effort it takes. You don't have to convince yourself to get up early and work on your goals. You don't have to force yourself to avoid distractions. It just happens. You've trained your mind and your body to make discipline a part of who you are. That's when you truly start seeing the results. That's when you begin to realize that the success you're chasing isn't as far away as it once seemed. When discipline becomes a habit, success becomes inevitable. It's like planting seeds in a garden. At first, you don't see much happening. You water, you nurture, you put in the work, and it can feel like nothing's changing. But after a while, those seeds begin to grow. They begin to sprout, and soon enough, you're looking at a garden full of results. All because you stayed consistent. All because you developed the discipline to show up every single day. So, if you're struggling with discipline, don't beat yourself up. Understand that it's a process. Every day you push yourself, you're making progress. You're building a stronger, more disciplined version of yourself. It won't happen overnight, but if you stay committed, if you keep pushing through the challenges, you'll get there. And when you do, success will follow. Because when discipline becomes a habit, there's no stopping you. You'll be unstoppable. You'll be the person who shows up every day, no matter what, and achieves the goals you've set for yourself. And that's the key to lasting success. Keep pushing, keep training your mind, and let discipline guide you to the life you've always wanted. It's all within your reach. You've just got to make the decision to push yourself today and every day after that until discipline becomes second nature. Number 7, no more "I'll do it tomorrow." Today is the only time you own. Every day you're faced with choices. Some are big, some are small, but each one matters. You decide how to spend your time, how to show up, how to work. There's one choice that holds more weight than all the others, and it's something that holds so many people back from achieving everything they want. It's the choice to put things off. "I'll do it tomorrow," we say. Tomorrow is when I'll get serious. Tomorrow is when I'll start working on my goals. But let me tell you something right now. Tomorrow doesn't exist. The only time you truly have is today. The longer you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, the longer you delay the life you've been dreaming of. The longer you put things off, the harder it gets to take action when tomorrow finally arrives. When you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you're not just pushing the task off to another day. You're putting your future on hold. You're making the decision to not take action when you have the power to do so. And here's the truth. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. You don't know what obstacles, distractions, or challenges will come your way. What you do know without a doubt is that you have today, you have this moment. And this moment is where your future is shaped. This moment is where the choices you make will determine the path you take. Imagine if you lived every day like it was your last. Imagine if you treated every moment with the urgency it deserves. Think about all the things you've been putting off. Maybe it's starting that new project, working on your health, learning a new skill, or even just cleaning out your garage. Whatever it is, there's something inside you that knows it needs to be done. You know it's important. You know it'll move you forward. But you keep telling yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow." Here's the thing. When you keep putting things off, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to grow. You're allowing time to slip away, and time is the one thing you can never get back. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. No one gets more, no one gets less. It's what you do with those 24 hours that will determine your success. When you're constantly saying tomorrow, you're wasting precious time, you're missing out on today's opportunities. And here's the kicker, when you keep telling yourself tomorrow, you're making it easier to procrastinate. You're training your brain to delay, to wait, to push things off until the conditions are just right. But guess what? The conditions will never be perfect. They'll never align the way you expect them to. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. This is why you need to stop putting things off. You need to make today the day that you take action. You need to stop waiting for the right time, because the right time is now. If you want something, if you want to build a life you've been dreaming about, you have to start today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, right now. The power of now is what will change everything for you. You have the ability to take action, to move forward, to start building the future you want. And it all begins with today. The next time you catch yourself saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," stop. Ask yourself why you're waiting. What are you really waiting for? Are you waiting for things to magically line up? Are you waiting for motivation to hit you like a lightning bolt? Here's the reality. Motivation doesn't always show up when you need it. Sometimes you have to create it yourself. You have to get up and start moving even when you don't feel like it. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates results. And results will give you the motivation to keep going, but it all starts with making today the day you take that first step. Think about how far you could be if you stopped waiting. Think about where you could be right now if you had started a week ago, a month ago, or even a year ago. The truth is you could be much further along, but it's not too late. Today is still yours. You still have the chance to make the decision, to take action, to make progress, to move forward. All you have to do is stop putting things off. Start right now. It doesn't matter what you've been putting off, whether it's a big goal or a small task. The key is to stop waiting for tomorrow. Take the first step today, and then the next step tomorrow, and the next step after that. Small, consistent actions add up over time. You might not see the results right away, but trust me, they're coming. The progress you make today will build on itself. It will compound over time. But you have to start now. You have to make today the day you take control of your future. Don't let tomorrow be your excuse anymore. Don't let it be the reason you don't reach your full potential. Today is your time. Today is the only time you have. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike. You need to make the decision that today is the day you take action. That today is the day you start moving towards your goals. You can do it. You can make today count. You can start building the life you want, one step at a time by choosing to act now. Remember, tomorrow isn't promised, but today is all yours. Make it count. Take action and let today be the day that everything changes. Because when you stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow, and start saying, I'm doing it today, that's when you start building the future you've always wanted. Number 8, success doesn't wait. Either you take control or you get left behind. Success doesn't wait. It doesn't take breaks. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. And it certainly doesn't care about your excuses. The moment you decide to wait, the moment you hesitate, success moves forward without you. You either take control of your life and your destiny, or you get left behind. There's no middle ground. There's no room for sitting on the sidelines hoping for a miracle. If you want success, if you want to reach the life you've always dreamed of, you have to move, you have to make the decision to take control, because no one else will do it for you. The world doesn't stop for you to catch up. While you're sitting there thinking about what you want to do, someone else is already doing it. They're taking the necessary steps, making the moves, and getting closer to their goals while you're still sitting there debating whether or not you're ready. Ready for what? Ready for the perfect moment? Ready for the right circumstances? Newsflash, there's no such thing as the perfect time. There's no perfect moment to start. The perfect moment is right now. Every second that passes is another second of opportunity that slips through your fingers. Think about all the times you've put things off, telling yourself that tomorrow is the day. You've told yourself that one day you'll start working on that project, that goal, that dream. But guess what? Tomorrow comes, and you're still stuck. You still haven't made the move. You still haven't taken control. And while you've been waiting, others have been building momentum. Others have been stacking small wins, step by step, making progress while you've been caught up in the illusion of one day. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your fears or doubts. It doesn't care if you feel ready or not. It doesn't wait for anyone. If you want to achieve success, you have to recognize that time is precious. You have to understand that every second counts, and the longer you hesitate, the further away your goals move. The longer you stay stuck in that cycle of waiting, the more you fall behind. And there's only one person to blame for that: you. Success is all about momentum. Momentum is what keeps you moving forward even when things get tough. It's what pushes you through the hard times, what drives you to keep going when you want to quit. But momentum is only created through action. You can't sit around waiting for the perfect conditions to show up. You have to take action even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard. That's when momentum starts building, and that's when success starts to happen. But if you're sitting around waiting, if you're waiting for some magical moment where everything falls into place, you're going to miss out. You're going to get left behind. The people who are succeeding aren't waiting for everything to be perfect. They're not waiting for the right moment. They're just moving. They're taking action, even when things aren't perfect, even when they don't have all the answers. They understand that the journey to success is about progress, not perfection. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the work. If you want to win, if you want to achieve everything you've ever dreamed of, you have to understand that success isn't going to wait for you. You have to step up, take control, and make the decision to take action today. You can't afford to wait any longer. You can't afford to let fear or doubt hold you back. The world isn't going to slow down for you, and neither should you. It's time to take control. It's time to stop waiting for permission. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines, hoping someone will come along and show you the way. No one is coming to save you. You are your own hero. You are the one who gets to decide what your future looks like. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit there, stuck in the cycle of procrastination and doubt, or are you going to take control and start moving forward? The choice is yours. But remember, success doesn't wait for anyone. It's moving forward Whether you're ready or not, it's going to happen with or without you. So ask yourself, do you want to be part of it? Do you want to take control and build the life you've always dreamed of? Or are you going to get left behind, watching from the sidelines as others move ahead? The time to act is now. The time to take control is now. Don't wait another second. Don't let another moment pass by without making a move. The longer you wait, the more you fall behind. The longer you wait, the more opportunities slip away. It's time to take control of your life, your future, and your success. And it starts today. Number 9, push yourself daily because your future self is counting on you every single day. You have a choice. You can choose to push yourself or stay where you are. You can choose to put in the work or you can choose comfort. The thing is, comfort never leads to greatness. Comfort never takes you to the next level. If you want a future that excites you, a future where your dreams are a reality, you have to make the tough decisions right now. Your future self is counting on the choices you make today and the actions you take today. See, your future isn't some distant abstract thing that just magically happens. Your future is the result of every little decision you make in the present. The way you show up today, how hard you work, how focused you stay, the sacrifices you make. Those things are the building blocks of your future. It's all happening right now. Your future self is relying on you to take those small actions day by day, step by step, because those actions add up. Think about it for a moment. Your future self is out there, waiting. That version of you who has accomplished everything you've dreamed about, living the life you've always imagined, reaching the peak of your potential. But that person isn't just going to show up by accident. That person is created through the work you're putting in now. You might not see the results immediately, you might not feel the reward today, but trust me, the future version of you is watching. And they're hoping you push yourself just a little harder today. They're counting on you to stay committed, to stay focused, and to not give up when it gets hard. It's easy to look at successful people and think they've just had it easy, that somehow they've got a magic formula that you don't. But the truth is, the people who've achieved their dreams are the ones who've made a conscious decision every single day to keep pushing forward, no matter how tough it gets. They've chosen to show up, even when they didn't feel like it. They've chosen to push through the discomfort, to keep their eyes on the prize, and to trust the process. They know that success is not a straight line. There are bumps, setbacks, and failures along the way, but through it all, they keep moving forward because they know that every bit of effort, every ounce of energy they put in today builds the foundation for the future they want. It's easy to put things off. It's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow. But here's the problem. Tomorrow isn't promised. Tomorrow's a dream, a vision of a future that doesn't exist yet. All you have is today. The actions you take today are the ones that shape tomorrow. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect day, the perfect set of circumstances to show up, you're going to be waiting forever. There's no such thing as the perfect moment. The only time you can act is now. If you want to see change, you have to start today. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. The consistency of your efforts is what matters most. Your future self isn't some stranger out there, far removed from who you are now. That person is the result of everything you do today. They're counting on you to be strong, to be disciplined, to do the hard work even when you don't feel like it. And let me tell you, there will be days when you don't feel like it. There will be days when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, when you just want to take a break. But remember this, every time you push through that moment, every time you fight against the urge to quit, you're building your future. You're giving that future version of yourself exactly what they need to thrive. When you decide to push yourself every day, you're not just doing it for yourself in the present. You're doing it for the person you're becoming. You're doing it for the person you want to be. The future version of you, the one who's achieved your goals, who's living the life you want, is counting on you. They're depending on your strength, your consistency, your refusal to quit. And they're worth it. Your future self is worth every ounce of effort you put in now. It's easy to get distracted by the noise of the world. It's easy to get caught up in comparison, in what others are doing, and all the things you think you should be doing. But the truth is, success isn't about comparing yourself to others. It's about competing with who you were yesterday. It's about showing up for yourself, day in and day out, pushing yourself just a little bit more each time. The small wins, the tiny improvements, they add up. They build momentum, and eventually they turn into big results. You won't see it right away. Sometimes the hardest part is sticking with it when you don't see the payoff. It can feel discouraging, but that's where the magic happens. When you keep going, when you push through the challenges and the setbacks, that's when you're building something powerful. You're building resilience. You're building habits that will carry you to success. Your future self is the result of your persistence, your discipline, and your commitment to keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Every time you push yourself, every time you refuse to give in to the excuses, you're honoring the future version of yourself. You're showing up for them even when it's hard. And that's what makes the difference. That's what turns your dreams into reality. So the next time you feel like giving up, remember this: your future self is counting on you. They're depending on you to do the work, to stay disciplined, to keep pushing forward. And when you finally reach that goal, when you stand at the top, you'll realize that every moment of struggle, every ounce of effort was worth it. You did it for them. You did it for you. You did it for the person you're becoming. Keep pushing, keep going. Your future self is waiting, and they can't wait to thank you for every step you take today. Number 10, nobody becomes unstoppable overnight. They earn it by pushing themselves every single day. There's a myth that some people are just born unstoppable, that success and greatness come naturally to certain individuals. We look at them and think, they've got something special. They were born with a gift, and that's why they're so successful. But let me tell you right now, that is not how it works. Nobody becomes unstoppable overnight. Nobody wakes up with the ability to achieve their dreams without putting in the hard work, without battling through the challenges, and without pushing themselves every single day. The truth is, becoming unstoppable is earned, not given. It's the result of constant, consistent effort. It's the product of doing the hard things even when you don't feel like it. The people who you think have it all together, the ones who seem to effortlessly crush their goals and push through every obstacle, they didn't get there by chance. They got there because they pushed themselves when it wasn't easy. They made the decision to show up when others stayed comfortable. They chose to rise above the challenges instead of letting those challenges break them down. You see, there's no magic formula. There's no shortcut to becoming the person who can take on anything, who can rise above every obstacle. You can't just wish for greatness or hope that it falls into your lap. Greatness is built through discipline, persistence, and resilience. It's about showing up every day, even when you're tired, even when things aren't going the way you want, and even when it feels like no one notices the effort you're putting in. What makes someone unstoppable isn't their natural talent or luck. It's their mindset and their ability to push through the hard days. It's about looking at the obstacles and saying, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let this defeat me. I'm going to find a way through it, even if it means going through some pain and discomfort along the way. The journey to becoming unstoppable starts with the small decisions. It starts with choosing to push yourself when everyone else is taking a break. It starts with getting up early when you'd rather sleep in. It starts with doing the hard work, even when it doesn't feel glamorous. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you make the choice to put in the effort every day, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. The problem is, too many people want instant results. We live in a world where we expect things to happen quickly. We want success now. We want recognition now. We want rewards now. But success doesn't work that way. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes a relentless commitment to keep going, even when the finish line seems far away. Those who are unstoppable understand this. They know that it's the slow, steady grind that leads to success. They don't expect shortcuts, and they don't look for easy ways out. They're willing to put in the work, to endure the struggle, because they know that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing them closer to where they want to be. But here's the thing. You can't just push yourself once in a while and expect results. Becoming unstoppable isn't about doing the hard work when it's convenient. It's about doing it every day. It's about making the choice to keep going, even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when you want to give up. The key to becoming unstoppable is consistency. It's about making a commitment to yourself that you're going to show up every day, no matter what. And that's what separates the people who achieve their goals from the people who give up halfway through the journey. The path to becoming unstoppable is paved with discipline. It's about setting yourself up with the right habits and routines, even when you don't feel like it. The people who succeed are the ones who develop a routine of hard work and who stick to that routine no matter what. Whether it's waking up early, putting in the extra hours, or continuing to push through the obstacles, the most successful people are the ones who make discipline their habit. They understand that their future self depends on the choices they make today, and they're willing to make the sacrifices necessary to get where they want to be. But you've got to be patient with the process. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and suddenly feel unstoppable. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a whole lot of perseverance. There will be days when you don't want to keep going. There will be times when it feels like you're not making any progress, but that's exactly when you need to push the hardest. When things aren't going the way you want them to. That's when you have to dig deep, remind yourself of your goals, and keep going. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed are the ones who keep going when it's hard. They don't give up, they don't quit, and they don't let obstacles stand in their way. They keep pushing forward even when they're not seeing the results they want. And over time, that relentless effort builds momentum. That momentum turns into results, and eventually, it turns into success. So if you want to become unstoppable, you've got to put in the work every single day. You've got to make the choice to keep going, even when things get tough. You've got to develop the discipline to push yourself when no one else is watching, and to stay focused on your goals even when it feels like nothing is happening. And most importantly, you've got to believe in yourself. You've got to know that you have what it takes to keep going even when the road is long and difficult. Nobody becomes unstoppable by accident. It's not something that just happens. It's earned through hard work, determination, and a commitment to keep going no matter what. So if you want to be unstoppable, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for things to be easier. Just start. Push yourself every day. Stay consistent and trust the process. In time, you'll look back and realize that the work you put in every single day is what made you unstoppable. As we wrap up, remember this. Success isn't a destination, it's a daily journey. Every day you choose to push yourself, every day you commit to doing the hard work, you're building the future you want. It doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen if you stay consistent. Your dreams are in your hands, and it's up to you to take action every single day. The road to success is filled with challenges, but those challenges are what shape you into the person you need to be to achieve your goals. So keep showing up, keep putting in the work, keep pushing yourself even when it's tough, because that's how you build the life you want. Now, take this with you. Today is the day to start. Tomorrow is not promised, and you don't need to wait for some perfect moment. The only time you have is now. So get to work, because your future self is counting on the actions you take today. Keep pushing, keep growing, and remember, you are the one who holds the power to create the success you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the top.